Hi there. Always like to start off before the theme. Are you ready to roll? Yes, we're ready. This show is for kids of all ages. It's Kid Friday. I'm Dave. We do the show because you're a kid in a digital world. And what are we going to talk about? Oh, man. Oh, there's so much news about the iPhone, the next iPhone, and we're just going to talk about this much of it. How you can reach the police without dialing a number. Wow. Emergency button, maybe. How? What? Home button? How do you use that? We'll tell you. Also, you know what? On the last show, a couple things. On the last show, we were going to do our back to school. I said, we're going to do a back to school special coming up. And unfortunately, school, I think, put it this way. We'll talk a little bit about school, but I have some time, depending on where you live. Why do people start school before Labor Day? That's what I want to know. And then you get you go to school for 2 days, and then you're off, and then you're on. And what's up with that? All right, but doesn't matter. We're going to talk about some technology that's used in most classrooms these days, so that's coming up. Also, if you are a Spotify user, first off, if you're a Kid Friday viewer, you know I love Spotify, and there is a new device that you can purchase and take your music with you off of your phone or iPod Touch or however you're accessing it right now. Spotify kind of on the go, and we're going to show you a brand new product that I think you're really going to like if you're a Spotify user. Also, the guy who invented Android, right? Andy. I don't know him personally. I forgot his last name. Andy came up with, Andy came up with his very own Android phone called the Essential. We're going to be telling you about that. Also, if that's not enough, on the last show, Steve, my friend who co-hosted with me, mentioned a little bit about my bikes and bicycles, and I'm a big bike fan, and I'm going to show you. It's funny because I was just going to show you originally because he said, I got a new bike computer, and he said, oh, you should show that, and actually I started taking a couple of pictures. I'm like, wow, this bike is full of technology. So we're going to take a look at my bike real quick. And if that's not enough, there's so much more. So don't go anywhere. And let's get this party started. Except I'm going to turn the party down a little bit because it was a little loud last time. So, hey, let's get this party started. It's Kid Friday. We do the show because you are a kid in a digital world.
Hit it, hit it, hit it.
Oh! Let's get this party started.
Yeah, I'm a kid. I love computers. I have an iPod. I'm a gadget freak. I like to play with my display. I do it every day. I have awesome technique. Yeah, I'm a Kid Friday. I love this stuff, can't you see? Yeah, I'm a Kid Friday. I'm a kid who's in love with technology. Kid Friday.
Yes, indubitably indeed. Kid Friday brought to you by Story Cub Video Picture Books. It is story time anytime. You can go to storycub.com, check out free video picture books. If you are an iTunes user, we're an iTunes podcast in kids and family. And if you know any, I went and visited, and this is, usually I make up stuff, but this is actually real. I went and visited my aunt yesterday. I was riding my bike. I went for a bike ride, and maybe I was about, 5 miles, 6, 7 miles into the ride, and I was driving right by her place, and I said, you know what, I should stop and say hi. So I did, and she lives in a building where there's a bunch of people who live there that are my aunt's age, and you know what? Right when I walked in, they were doing story time for the residents. And I'm like, oh, man, they would love Story Cup. So, Heather, I think I'm going to be talking to you because, wow, in a senior place, that would be awesome. Kids of all ages enjoy story time anytime. Video picture books on demand. Oh my gosh. I just don't know what else to say except, hi, story, Cub, read me a story. It's cool. It's fun. It's free. Go to storycub.com or on iTunes. Check out Story Cub. Or there's a bunch of places that I didn't even know where Story Cub is. But you know what? You could Google it. All one word. Story Cub. That's a story, like a little bear. Cub. Yeah, why not? Story Cub, thanks for being a sponsor right here on Kid Friday. And what else? Oh, yeah, I always like to mention, wow, this is pretty amazing. Both Story Cub and Kid Friday viewed in more than 200 countries around the world. I didn't even know there's 200 countries. 216, I think, last I checked. No, I mean, that it's viewed in. There's more than that. But, all right. Hey, what do you say we get back into the show? All right. Hey, little Story Cub Racer Boy, kind of zoom down the show and let's get this going. I think that's where I had the volume problem before, because that thing was booming when we came back out one time. All right, so this is not, well, it is or not, because I put this together so at least you can look at it. Our back-to-school semi-special. That means only 30% off, not 50, but hang in there because we'll have some more stuff for you. And so my friend Gene, I don't know where it is in here, but I'll take a guess. No, that's not it. Is that it? No, that's not it. All right. Anyway, my friend Gene, he works for a company that they install a lot of these, what do you call, SmartBoards. You know about the SmartBoard? First off, let's go back to the olden days, like me. And there was this. Look at that. What is that? A chalkboard and a eraser. Teacher would use some chalk, write stuff up on there, and make you stay after school and erase the board. Oh, look at that. I see. I don't have these in any order, but that's a unique way of doing a smartboard, if you ask me. Look at that, though. That's old school technology, still in use today by many schools. Except every time I talk to Gene, I say, "Hey, so what'd you do today?" Because they do they install stuff everywhere. They're jamming at schools. Got to have everything in before school starts. So all these schools want these giant 70-inch smartboards or monitors or something going on up there, and he's dealing with that. Why does it say that? Oh, hey, look at that. You know what I did? Now this is a different aunt, but I put a picture of my aunt and uncle because they're coming to town, and they're coming to visit, so I put them on one of them old school chalkboards because they're, I'll say, semi-old school. All right? All right. So, look at this. A smartboard, you can do so many things. It's interactive. You can play video. You can write on it. You can, if you are in class and have a smartboard, you know what they are. If not, they are so super, super cool. And something that, if you don't have one in your classroom, hopefully you'll get one soon. And I'm going to go to another picture here. And look at that. Is that cool? You can move stuff around and you can project stuff. Developed by the company SmartTech. A smartboard is an interactive whiteboard, right? That's what it is. Smartboard. It's a smart whiteboard or something like that. It's a touch-sensitive computer screen that acts like an interface between your hand and anything you can think of, because you can go up there and move stuff around. You can play chess. You can do checkers. You can watch a movie. You can write on it. That's pretty smart. Wow. Regardless, this is something, and software keeps developing on this stuff, and more things are coming to the smart board. Now, this is a picture that, the one thing is that there's so much to do on those smart boards that I got to tell you, there are a lot of teachers out there, just saying, not all teachers. There are a lot of them, though, that have these smart boards in their classroom, and they just don't know how to use them. You know what I'm saying? They just don't know. They don't know how to use them. So they know how to turn it on, and they know how to turn it off, and they know how to like play a movie. See, they don't know how to use it, so they say, all right, watch this movie. That's anytime they say, watch this movie, you know that you're going to watch a movie. So, but teachers do need training on how to use the smartboard, not only how to use it, but how to get the most out of a smartboard, because like I mentioned, the software on this stuff, it keeps evolving, and there's so much you can do. And it's just a great tool in the classroom. And I hope you know what? You may be going to school. You're going to walk into a classroom and there's a brand new smartboard right there. Wouldn't that be awesome? Yes, it would be awesome. You know what else would be awesome? If I remember to put the little Kid Friday dealio there. How about that? All right. So anyway, there's I'll show a little more. How about this? Let's take a look at this. That's what my friend Gene does, right? He's not one of those guys, but those things are big and heavy, and I don't know how they do it. And that's quite a thing to put up one of those smart boards. Look at that. You can draw on it. You can draw on it. You can do whatever you want. You can run around. No, it's on the wall. So, but look at that. You can bring up almost anything you want. Again, it's the software that you can use in the classroom allows you to do so many different things. And there's new stuff coming out this year, and all sorts of stuff depending on what grade you're in. And that is something else. So, with that said, that is round one of our back to school special. If you don't mind, how does that sound? Pretty good? Yeah. Okay. It is our back to school semi special. We're going to come up with more stuff coming up on future Kid Fridays about what's going on in the classroom. And wow, that'd be great. That'd be great. All right. So if you are a Spotify user, first off, on the last show, we mentioned that Apple is no longer making the iPod Shuffle and the iPod Nano. Now, do you remember that Shuffle? It was kind of a square little thing, right? A Shuffle. Really portable. That's what I like about the Shuffle. It's really portable. And what if you could do something like a Shuffle, but you could download, if you have a Spotify account, what if you could download stuff and play it on that? Well, you can. Yeah. It's like Willy Wonka and the chocolate factories. Wow. Because I've never seen a device like this, an actual hardware, something that you can hold that works with Spotify outside of the app. Okay. Or, or online or, via the web, wherever you access it now. So, look at that. That's orange. That one is orange. I wonder what happened to all my Spotify pictures. Forgot where I put them. So check that out. It comes in 3 colors, by the way. Doesn't that look like a shuffle? It looks just like a shuffle to me. I don't know about you, but I'll tell you this. You can enjoy, and this is. I'm almost sold, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you the almost part in just a second. But this is called the Mighty. All right, it plays your Spotify music on the go without a phone. So if you're working out, walking to school, commuting, in the back seat, don't want to listen to mom and dad, you can, and you have a Spotify account, right? So instead of taking your phone with you, or you can take the phone with you, but you know what? That Spotify can drain your battery, if you're using data. Well, unless you download all the songs, but then you don't have room, and it can create all sorts of stuff. So no data, no phones, no battery drain. The Mighty, it's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi enabled. It supports wired and most Bluetooth headphones. So it has the one thing that Apple didn't have Well, they had it, but now they don't put what they don't have on the phone. On the iPhone is a headphone jack. Of course, they have an adapter, but this has, if you have an 1/8 inch, looking around, this is an adapter. If you have something that goes into that hole, just like you used to have, you can plug your headphones right in. So that's a really cool thing. And let's check out this. Let's just check this out, okay? All right. Here's the deal. That's kind of the deal what you get if you are if you're a Spotify person. Look at that. You get your Mighty, you get your 9-inch USB charging cable, and a quick start guide. You know, I just bought a projector not that long ago, and it came with a quick start guide and a CD with the instructions. So I just went online and downloaded the PDF because everything's quick start. They don't want to. It costs money to do that. So it does help the environment. So look at that. There it comes in black, orange, and gray, and that is the Mighty. The Mighty. The one thing I don't care so well, you will have to see because it's pretty valuable, but it's small. But the price is, my friends, $87 and change, if I am not mistaken. So that is the Mighty, $85.99. All right, $85.99 is what the Mighty goes for. So if you think you're mighty enough to grab the Mighty and you have $86 in your hand, worth a try. And you know what? Hopefully we'll have a chance to review the Mighty on an upcoming Kid Friday, and that'd be awesome because I think just about every show, and this is show 215. I think on probably the past 50 shows, let's just say, I've mentioned Spotify. I'm a fan. And now here's a way you can take it. And, you know, if you have that little thing, then you can get a Bluetooth transmitter. It doesn't work with Bluetooth. It is a Bluetooth transmitter. So you can use it with Bluetooth headphones. That would be awesome when I go on my bike ride. But when I go on my ride, I wear earphones, but I only have one in, and I keep one out. Because you want to know about your surroundings, what's going on, right? Okay. This guy, Andy, just thought of his last name. Because I was thinking, man, I'm hungry. I could sure go for a Reuben sandwich. And that's the guy's name, Andy Reuben. He invented Android. Wow, Android. How do you invent Android? It's pretty amazing, if you ask me. Andy Reuben has his own phone. And, it could be essential to the world of Android. It really could. It could be essential to it because the phone's called the Essential. Sorry, I'm looking for the picture there. You know what I mean? All right, there it is. Oh, that's the lens that goes with it. Look at that. Look at that. That's awesome. Andy Reuben, the creator of Android, launches the Essential phone. The phone is made from titanium, which is used to build rockets and replace bones. And as opposed to aluminum, which most phones are made of these days, right? Titanium doesn't scratch. Nice. It doesn't dent. It doesn't bend. Titanium is quite a material. And I'll talk about it when we get to the bikes, but some bike frames are made out of titanium. They're not cheap. Titanium is good stuff. Okay, let's take a look at this. That's a pretty good looking phone. The phone is launching with Android 7.1.1, the latest version, 2.45 gig Snapdragon. You don't want to know about the chips. Put it this way, it's got 128 gig of storage. That's pretty cool. 5.71 inch display. Front camera, 8 megapixel. While a dual 13 megapixel sensor set up with laser autofocus is on the back. Battery is fast charging USB-C port, and I sure hope everybody gets to the just say, if they just say, yeah, if we're all going to play nice, doesn't matter if you're Apple or if you're Dell or if you're Compaq or HP, whatever, we're all going to use USB-C. Wouldn't that be a great world? Because I'm sick of buying these connectors for my MacBook Pro. You got to get the Ethernet connector. You got to get the Firewire connector. Firewire. You have to get the, everything's got a connector, except it has an HDMI output, actually. So, but USB-C hopefully will become a standard, and you could have one cord and charge. Everything will be on USB-C. And wouldn't the world be a happier place? You know what I mean? Are you always looking for a cord, or you have the wrong cord, or you got it? Anyway, that'd be great. Would be. Check this out. So that is a cool looking phone. That we're going to talk about coming up. Oh, that was the iPhone too. That's the iPhone, I think. I think that's the iPhone 8. Oh. Anyway, there's the titanium. Now, the thing is, if you're an Android user, I got to tell you, it looks like I see. Never mind. I'm looking at this. We're looking at the Essential on the left, iPhone on the right. Okay? That's what we're looking at right now. So at the left is Andy Rubin Sandwich's new Essential Android phone. On the right is the current iPhone 7S. So a little comparison for you. You know what I'm saying? A little comparison. And do we see that? Yeah, we saw that. Oh, look at that camera adapter. Big zoom. That thing is supposed to be awesome. You know what isn't so awesome? Well, I mean, the phone costs $699 in the U.S. Coming out soon here. It's got, 4 microphones built into it, noise-canceling beam. It's got all sorts of stuff. Oh, man, quad-core processor. That is something else. So there you go. That is the Essential phone, and it's essential if you, I don't know if it is or not. If you have $700 and you want the phone invented by the guy who invented Android, you have nowhere else to look. It's a pretty cool phone, really is. So that's the Android Essential phone from Andy Rubin Sandwich. All right, so the iPhone. So yeah, I think I was showing you this. Yes, that's what I was showing you. So the next iPhone, when it comes out, iOS 11 has a, you can call it a, help button, police button, somebody I'm in trouble button. Apple is adding an easy way to quickly disable Touch ID in iOS 11. A new setting designed to automate emergency service calls lets the iPhone user tap the power button quickly. You got to be quick. You tap the power button 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, bum, 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 bum. That's going to call 911. Who are you going to call? Not Ghostbusters. 911, the police. Help me, police. Right? Yeah. So, wouldn't that be cool? Huh? You're in trouble. You don't have to get the phone on and go through your contacts or your favorite list or whatever. Previously, if you wanted to temporarily disable Touch ID, because that's another thing too, is that, you have to restart your phone, right? You always had to restart your phone and wait a few days if everything was disabled. So regardless, unlocking phones with a fingerprint sensor is a big thing about police enforcement law requests. Matter of fact, in Michigan, they have a 3D printed. They 3D printed a murder victim's fingerprint. They didn't use the actual person's finger, but they did a 3D thing of the person's fingerprint, and they put it on there and opened the phone, and they were able to crack the case. But otherwise, how are you going to, if you don't know the password, you don't know, Apple says they have no way of getting into it. Well, now but you can, there's a way. So, there you go. Is this the next iPhone? I wonder. Could it be? I don't know. Anyway, the new iOS 11 feature is even, gosh, everything going on today. They have face unlocking with the next iPhone. Past this one. Face unlocking. You look at the phone, it opens. Wow. The ability to quickly, disable. It's in public beta right now, iOS 11, and it's coming out next month. So there it is. I think that's a really cool thing. I think that's a cool looking phone. Kind of looks like all the other phones I've seen, but faster, smarter, does more. I still have my iPhone 6. Is that right? Yeah, I've got an iPhone 6, and I have this account with Sprint. I could upgrade that iPhone for life for free, but I'm not getting the best signal. You may be experiencing better, but Sprint. I'm for some reason. It's get a little choppy for me, so I hate to say it, but I might have to go and try someone else. So we'll see, but only because of there's better deals out there too. Because the iPhone for free for life, I found out that you get the next, anytime a new iPhone comes out, you can get it for free, plus a $15 charge. Unless you have a corporate account. But every time you get a new phone, you get another 2-year contract. Didn't tell me that at the beginning. They just said, oh yeah, free phones for everyone. Any free iPhones anytime you want. So with that said, I'm just saying. All right. As we move along here, found another picture of the Mighty. Did we show this one? Yeah, we did show that one. All right, never mind. Let's talk about, did we show this one? Yeah, we did show that one. I had some other Mighty ones, and they were mighty good. Mighty good. Is that thing not moving? Why is it not moving? Try and get that thing moving here. Hold on. See if we can get it moving. A little experiment that I did. Trying to put some Kid Friday stuff up on that screen there and get it moving. It's supposed to auto replay. It's like 20 minutes long. And why is it not going? Is it going? Is it moving? Tell me. So I don't have to look over my shoulder. It's not? It's not moving? Okay. Let me see. Let me try one more time. Let's try one more time. Hang on. Stand by, please. Matter of fact, hold on. I'm going to go like this. Let's try this. That's what I say. Look at that. Did I mess it up? I did? All right, hang on. See if I can get it going. Did you just tell me that? Who told me that? I'm all here by myself. Okay. So, let's just see if I can get that to work. I look over my shoulder. What is that? That's Apple TV. Got Apple TV, and it's supposed to sync all the stuff, and except you have to always use the Apple stuff. So if you want to, see something, through AirPlay, you have to use Safari from Apple, right? But since the rest of my stuff is Apple currently, not saying it's good or bad or whatever. I'm using got the Apple TV, trying it out. Just realized it's got Bluetooth. Who knew? All right. So on the last show, my friend Steve, hold on. This is show 215. You gotta take a drink every now and then. On the last show, right at the end, my friend Steve, I mentioned I got a new bike computer, all right, and I got a good deal on it, and because I needed 2 sensors, and it doesn't matter. Let's just say I got a good deal. Who needs to hear this story? All right, so let's check out my bike, and I've had it for a while, but I'm going to show you kind of some of the technology that are on bikes right now. Now, titanium. We mentioned titanium earlier. Oh. Bet that makes you thirsty, huh? Sorry. Hope you're not watching this late at night. All right. Titanium makes great. It makes if you have a titanium frame, the durability is unbelievable. However, the only thing that some people say about titanium frames is it's not as comfortable. You kind of get the shock and everything. So carbon fiber is the preferred choice by most people who ride bikes if they are road bikes or racing bikes, as you were. And so this is my bike. Okay. I've had for a while. And the company that makes it is Look. And these guys were the first ones, boy, they were the first ones to come up with an integrated ski binding. And they were the first company. I think someone who lives right in my area, if I'm not mistaken, who won the Tour de France multiple times, was the first person to use. They came up with bicycle pedals that lock in. I don't use Look pedals, but I'll show you how my pedals work in just a second. But this is my bike right there, and I ride. Look at that! I brought it inside. There's some shades there. So I like to ride. I put it this way: I ride on bike paths a lot, and yeah, I've reached speeds close to 30 miles an hour. And I hate people passing me. I don't know why, but I got a thing with that. So, so the bike is made of, the frame is made of carbon fiber. And here, there's a look at the front fork, and as you can see where I have the arrows right there, that's made out of carbon fiber. So what is carbon fiber? It's durable, and it is light. Because the thing is, if you have one of these racing type bikes, or some people call it, whatever, a road bike, you want it to be as light as possible. And people spend insane amounts of money to get their bike, 20 grams lighter, or let's just say 6 ounces makes a big difference, Oh, if it could be 6 ounces less. But it's like, if you really want to get, make your bike lighter, your ride faster, lose 20 pounds, right? Instead of 6 ounces, how about 20 pounds? Just saying, because some of this stuff is crazy. So, but carbon fiber is seems to be the way to go. Those are my shifters. I use Campagnolo. They're a Italian company, and my shift levers are made of carbon fiber, so they're lighter instead of some kind of aluminum or steel or whatever, and they shift very, very nice. Ooh, those Italian, you guys in Italy, watch a Kid Friday. You guys have a lot of cool stuff. You know that? Just thinking out loud, you got Campagnolo, who makes amazing components, and for the bicycle, you got Ferrari, because I love cars. Ferrari, you got Lamborghini, you got Maserati, you got. Last time I was in Rome, probably, like 4 years ago. No, probably 5 years ago. I saw more smart cars than I've ever seen anywhere, because the streets are tight. Same thing in Naples. A lot of scooters in Naples. But Rome, man, I hope you don't have anything big to haul around, because those smart cars are small. Just saying. All right, back to the bike. My seat post, that your seat sits on, that's carbon fiber. Very durable. Now, this is interesting. This is my front wheel. Now, my front wheel, I'm not using the same as the back one right now, because this front wheel is super light. the spokes are made out of a combination of Kevlar and carbon fiber, and one spoke goes from one end and then goes through to where the fork is, and then turns a little bit and goes. It goes the entire way across the bicycle wheel with a little bend in the middle. Kind of a neat wheel. So that's what that is. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so this is my rear wheel, right? And this is called an aero wheel, and it could be deeper than that. Matter of fact, maybe I'll show you another one of my bikes on the next show, because I've got some super deep wheels. And a lot of people say, well, it's fact that you could be more aerodynamic when you ride your bike, but it all depends, because if you're going slow, they don't speed you up. They actually slow you down. But see where the arrows are pointing? And see on the left-hand side there, I kind of have it filled in with white. That's a not too deep of a dish. I think maybe 26 millimeter, maybe. I don't know offhand. But so that's the rear wheel. Okay. Now here's my pedals. First, a lot of technology. This is interesting. Doesn't it, if you turned it sideways, turn your head to the right and look at it. Can you do that? It kind of looks like a lollipop, but it's not. It's a pedal. There's a company called Speedplay, and they make a pedal that I'm using now. And this pedal comes in 3 different versions. It comes in titanium. It comes in, I think maybe aluminum, and then steel. This is the steel version. The spindle, the little thing going from the crank arm up to the lollipop, that little area there. That's what that is. And I think I paid like maybe, I don't remember, but $65 or something like that. But if you get the titanium version, they're like $400. They look the same, but this one weighs a little bit more, just a little bit more. And so those, I mean, how do you ride a bike with pedals like that? You would think it doesn't make sense. Wouldn't you think that? It doesn't make sense. How do you do that? It's a tiny, they're like this round, right? Like that, literally, right? Well, you have a special shoe that you wear, and underneath it you have a cleat. So if you've ever played soccer, you have soccer cleats that grip the ground, or baseball cleats, or whatever. So these have, where was I going? I don't know. Did I not put that in there? I think I did. I thought I did. Let me take a look. We're going to look together. Here we go. We're looking. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know where it is, but let's just say this. I think there's a problem here. No. The deal is this, is that you wear special shoes, and underneath the shoe, you have what's called a cleat, and that has a round thing in it, and you can lock your shoe right into the pedal. You can click right in, but then if you twist your foot, it'll unclick, so you're not stuck to it. And when you ride a bicycle like that, you can be more efficient by all right, we'll get into that another time. Just go ride your bike, have a good time, because riding a bike is so much fun. I've always loved riding bikes, and I continue to do so. So let's move along, see what else I have here. Oh, so I got this new bike computer, and information is sent to this wirelessly. All right. Now, to do that, how does it work? And this is kind of an interesting thing. So if you look at the arrow on the right, that is my speed sensor, and it'll tell me how fast I'm going in real time. And then the arrow on the left that's pointing to kind of a submarine-y thing. It's kind of maybe hard to see, but that is my speed sensor. Or no, sorry, my cadence sensor. And what is cadence? What is cadence? Cadence is the same as RPM. You ever heard of RPM? Cadence is basically how many times per minute your you're spinning around. Because sometimes I like to, I take the bike out and I want to keep my cadence between like 80 and 85 times per minute. And the bike computer will tell me exactly how how fast, how many times I'm going around and how does it do that? So let's take a look at this. So first off, the speed sensor, if you look at the arrow on the top, that is a magnet on my back wheel, and it's facing the speed sensor, which is the lower arrow. And so when you're riding your bike, every time the wheel comes around, that magnet is sending a little signal to that sensor, and that sensor is sending the information to this computer, and I can tell in real time how fast I'm going. Of course, there are wired speedometers. Most speedometers. So anyway, regardless, so there's a little magnet attached to a spoke, and as it comes around, the information is being read, and it'll tell me how fast I'm going. Now, this right there, so you can see the difference. That's what's circled is my cadence sensor that we talked about. Okay, so it's just a better look at the cadence sensor. Now, how does the cadence sensor work? Well, if you see the arrow right there, that is pointing to the back side of my crank arm, which is, and that's attached to the pedal. But that arrow is pointing to, I have a little zip tie and a magnet right there. There's a magnet that I put on my crank arm, and what happens? Every time I go around, that magnet is sending that submarine sensor information, which in turn sends it to this. So, oh, look at that. Got it lit up. So that is, that's how it works. Just saying. So if you look, and it's kind of a bad angle, but on the left is that submarine kind of cadence sensor. And I noticed by blowing it up, I think I need to secure it a little bit better. But on the right side is that magnet that's attached to my pedal, which is attached to the crank arm. So every time I come around while I'm pedaling, that magnet is telling that cadence sensor, oh, I'm going. And then that sends it to my bike computer, and it tells me how many times per minute I'm pedaling. Boom, boom, boom. A lot of information. This also gives you the temperature outside if you want, and you can customize it. But I'm not recommending this necessarily. I haven't had it out much. So that is that's the deal. So I can show you. I thought I had loaded it, but I don't think I had. Let's review. Let's review live time. There's my bike. There's the fork. There's the shifters. There is the seat post. It's my front wheel with those carbon titanium or carbon Kevlar. That's my rear wheel. It's my pedal. Those are the sensors. The one on the right is near the back wheel. That's my speed, and the one on the left is how many times per minute I'm pedaling. And there you go. That magnet is on top. Was this a review? You're going to have a quiz. We're going to quiz you. Oh, yeah, we're going to quiz you. So that's the speed sensor. Cadence sensor, sorry. There's the magnet. And there's the two kind of meeting up. And there's the mighty. Let's just forget about it. Wow, if you have Spotify, I like the mighty. I don't own it, and I'm a fan of it already. So we'll see if we can review the mighty, and it looks cool because I love Spotify. A lot of times, no matter where I am, if I have my phone with me, and all of a sudden, because I love music, I'm thinking of a song, boom, I'm playing it. Who doesn't like that? All right. I'll tell you more about this bike computer. It takes the information, short story, and you can upload it to a website that keeps track of all of your data, and it actually maps. I'll show it on a future show. It maps. You can actually go along, and it literally at 21 minutes, whatever in, it'll tell me all the information. One thing that I didn't mention as well that it tells me my heart rate, and right around my chest, I wear this. This right here is a heart rate monitor, and then you attach it to the strap and just wear it around your chest, and it wirelessly tells the computer what my heart rate is. Because I like to, so sometimes if you want to train or if you want to just, work out, whatever, you don't want to overdo it. At the same time, you don't want to underdo it. I mean, you want to get a good, you can just pedal around. And so it tells me what my heart rate is, and based on information like age and other things, you can, and this also has a test thing built in, so you can ride and it'll set it as well. But it tells you I like to look at not actually my heart. I like to take a look at the percentage of my maximum heart rate. All right, enough of that. Just ride a bike. That's all you need to do. Just have fun. Get out there and ride a bike. Because as much as this bike has all that technology, one of my favorite bikes that I own, one day I was like, you know what? I don't want all this stuff. See, after all of this, now I'm telling you, I don't want all this stuff. And I bought a little bell, and I put the bell on the bike. Maybe I'll feature that. Maybe I'll show you that bike, or I can, whatever. We'll show you a bike. We'll show you. I like bikes. But this last one, I just put a bell on. That's all you need. All right. This is a 2017 Kid Friday production. All rights reserved. Don't mess with us. Tell your friends and join us on Facebook, because we're going to read your comments, your inquiries, your questions. Do you have any questions? Do you have a question? If you have a question, raise your hand. Any questions out there? Yes. You? Yeah? No comment. All right. It's 2017, right? Show 215 in 2017. That's mighty good. Makes me want that Spotify mighty thing. Try that thing out. All right. We'll talk to you on the next show. And thanks for making Kid Friday the number one show, number one podcast for technology for kids. Wow. How do we do that? How would we finish top 10 worldwide in People's Choice and Best Education? Can't thank Podcast Awards enough. All right. We'll talk to you on the next show. And, of course, I always have to look around. And I'm looking. Is that thing moving behind me, by the way? No? Yeah, I'm talking. No, seriously, I'm talking to you. Yeah, I know you're watching right now, but I know I can't see you. But is that thing moving? Is the background? No? Yes? No? No. All right, I'll work on that. How about that? I'll work on that in the next show. Tell your friends about Kid Friday and go into iTunes and write a review. I've asked before. Come on. My computer's, hold on. Look at that. I kept accidentally hitting a button, and it's telling me all sorts of stuff here. So I'll hope it didn't do anything. All right. I think we're back. All right. See you on the next show, and thanks for joining us on Kid Friday. We like to end with the beginning, so we're going to try and do it every Friday. We'll see how that works.
Hit it, hit it, hit it.
Oh! Let's get this party started.
Yeah, I'm a kid.